Hey, what's up everybody? Jake here and welcome to the hobby. In today's video, we're covering the latest news that's happening right now, and there's quite a bit of it because it's Pokemon Day 2024 and the Pokemon company has just announced a bunch of really cool stuff that's happening soon in the hobby over the next couple of years. Some of the stuff that they've announced is the upcoming app, the Pokemon TCG Pocket, which is going to be released later this year. This is going to be a brand new way for you to crack open Pokemon booster packs, trade cards with your friends, battle on the Pokemon TCG, and experience collecting in a brand new way. They are featuring new cards that are completely exclusive to the Pokemon Pocket app. So this is really cool and interesting. They are also introducing a brand new way to experience the cards when you can click on the card and zoom in and see the artwork come to life. So I think that's a really cool idea. So they are actually introducing a new way to collect the cards. This is saying, hey, how can we integrate the cards into a digital format? Along with all of these integrations, they are revamping the rules for the Pokemon TCG. We already have a way to play the Pokemon TCG on your app, which is the Pokemon TCG Live, which is a different app. And that one is not nearly as fun. It's actually quite the stinker. It's really terrible. I don't enjoy playing that game at all. And this is coming from someone that loves collecting Pokemon cards and playing the TCG. The issue with it is that it's really clunky to use, and in general, the big issue is that matches can take between 40 to 50 minutes, and that's just simply way too long for an app game. You need it to be a lot more casual friendly, so I understand why they are reducing the rules a little bit and making it a little bit easier for you to play the Pokemon TCG with your friends. However, there are going to be some issues with this upcoming app, and I'm going to disclose them right now from what I saw in the trailer. The first big issue is that they are giving you 2 free booster packs to crack open every single day. Why is this an issue? It's really habit building. This is something that is designed to build an addiction. This is a way for you to open up your app, crack open 2 booster packs, and start spending more money. So that's the next big issue, is that the creator of the Pokemon TCG Pocket app is the same creator for Pokemon Masters EX, which is another app game that is very microtransaction heavy. So that is kind of where I'm worried that they're going with the Pokemon TCG Pocket, is that it's going to be microtransaction heavy. You're going to be spending a ton of money to open up these digital booster packs and collect these digital cards, which honestly, if I had the money, I would probably just buy physical Pokemon cards. What's the point of doing it on an app? So I'm kind of conflicted here. I have a lot of optimism. I hope things go well because I think that they are doing the right stuff here, but I'm worried that the Pokemon company is going to go way too greedy with it. So that's my initial concern. Hopefully they don't go in that direction. We'll let you know if there's going to be more news on this to come. The next big piece of news is that there's going to be another large game going out in 2025, and that is Pokemon Legends ZA, which is pretty much a complete revamp of the XY era of Pokemon. This is really exciting news because I think the XY games are a ton of fun, especially because people have been asking about Pokemon Z for years. It's been a meme for years and it's finally happening. So this is going to be really exciting, even on the TCG end, because they are bringing back Mega Evolutions Pokemon, which is really cool because this is something that a lot of artists have thought about for years, which is all of these brand new Pokemon that came out after X and Y. Perhaps they are gonna get Mega Evolutions now, which is really cool. This will probably mean Mega Evolution cards are also going to be making a return to the TCG, which doesn't surprise me because the last time we got EX Pokemon cards were also in the XY era. So we'll probably see a return of Mega EX cards. So really interesting stuff. I can't wait for it to happen, and that's going to be happening in 2025. They really only just announced the game, so right now any additional news is just going to be pure speculation. Now we're moving on to some Marketwatch news. The first big piece of Marketwatch news is that we have some reduction in prices in the Pokemon Classic Collection. If you don't know what the Pokemon Classic Collection is, it came out at the tail end of last year, and it was a giant $400 box, which featured 3 Pokemon card decks of the original base set Pokemon. So we had Charizard, Venusaur, and Blastoise. And for $400, it was a really hefty price. and the community was very conflicted on it because it's just way too expensive. Well, now on the secondary market, the Classic Collection is now going for between $250 to $275. I can pick it up readily available at that price point, which is really good news if you're someone that hasn't bought it yet. However, I still haven't picked it up. Even though that is a significant reduction in price, I still don't want this giant box. So why is that? Because honestly, I should be the ideal market. I'm a Pokemon card YouTuber who literally loves collecting Pokemon cards, so why don't I have the Pokemon Classic Collection? Well, the first big issue with the box is that it's really huge. This is a giant box and I simply don't have the space for it. It's also really ugly. It doesn't look good on display. So that's the collectability issue. The second issue is that it's meant to be played with, which is completely fine. However, if me and my friends want to play the Pokemon TCG, we have professionally built decks. You could play the best decks that went to the Pokemon World Championship, or you can do draft format with some build and battle box. This game just doesn't fit in our collection or repertoire. It just doesn't make sense. I don't see a scenario where me and my friends are going to play the original base set Pokemon cards. That just doesn't sound that exciting to do. So for $275, it's still way too expensive. So I don't see me picking it up anytime soon. Perhaps once it drops below $200. If it ever does that, then I'll pick it up. And it might never do that, so I'll probably never have the Classic Collection inside of my whole entire collection, which is completely fine. I don't think I need it in my collection. The next dip that we're currently seeing is in the Great Felt Hat Pikachu. I've already talked about this, but now the Great Felt Hat Pikachu has gone below $100. You can actually find copies of it going for between $80 to $90 over here in the United States. In Europe, it's even cheaper than that, which is really great news. It's probably going to continue to decline over the next couple of months, mainly because a lot of copies are still getting distributed. So right now at PSA, we can see that there is 25,000 graded copies of the Great Felt Hat Pikachu, which is an astounding amount for a new Pokemon card. That's just way too many copies. You don't need that many copies on the market, and that's just the graded copy. Now, if you look at the ungraded copies, there's probably hundreds of thousands, which is so many copies of the Great Felt Hat Pikachu. I just don't see how the market can handle that at that price point. It has to be cheaper. It simply has to be cheaper with the amount of quantity of this card that's on the market. So perhaps in the next couple months, you can see it going for even below $50 a copy, and at that price point, it's probably a great pickup. So really cool that this card is getting cheaper. So the big news in terms of sets that's climbing in value is Japanese 151. Japanese 151 is making a lot of climbs in both the singles and the sealed products. Sealed booster boxes of Japanese 151 is now going for upwards of well over $200 per booster box. When you look at the sealed booster box case, it's going for thousands and thousands of dollars, and that's really because it's harder to tamper with a whole entire booster box case. With a random booster box, someone can crack it open, put in some G.I. Joe booster packs, reseal it, and now you got yourself a really expensive fake, which can absolutely happen nowadays, especially with the amount of money that's going on the Japanese market. Fraud on the Japanese end has always been kind of a non-issue, but now it's kind of a huge issue because we've seen just a ton of fakes coming from Japan. So I would definitely be aware of that. In terms of English, the big mover is still going to be Sword and Shield Evolving Skies. For the Japanese end, it's going to be Japanese 151. Those are going to be the two big market movers right now if you're looking for something that's actually going up in value while the general market is kind of slumping. So those are the big news that's happening right now. Are you excited about the upcoming Pokemon TCG Pocket app? I have my reservations, but I'm still excited for it. Same with Legends ZA. I'm really excited about that as well, but we have so little news on that end. We'll just have to wait until more news on it comes out at the tail end of this year, as well as it being released in 2025. We still have a ton of time for us to speculate on where things are going to head in terms of that game. I'm still excited about it. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what your thoughts are, and I'll see you guys next time.